Imagine this exploding across your feed right now. The undisputed gossip emperor, Jason Lee, the man who's never met a secret he couldn't weaponize, just dropped the most brutal, no-holds-barred takedown of Nicki Minaj in podcast history, and it's all because the queen of rap has gone full MAGA mode in the most jaw-dropping political flip of the decade. That's right, Nicki Minaj, the same Barbie who built an empire screaming female empowerment and clapping back at every hater, is now cozying up to Donald Trump like they're the new power couple of 2026. She's flashing that gold Trump card, declaring herself his #1 fan, holding hands at White House events, and straight up calling out the bullying that supposedly pushed her into the MAGA spotlight. Fans are reeling, some barbs are screaming betrayal, others are defecting to the red side in droves, posting, "I'm leaving the Democrats because of Nicki," like it's a cult conversion. But Jason Lee? Oh honey, he wasn't having any of it. Picture the scene, dimly lit studio, Jason gripping that mic like it's a lifeline, veins popping, voice dripping with pure venom as he unleashes hell. "Nicki, what in the actual world are you doing?" He explodes. "You've spent years preaching independence, strength, standing up for the underdog, and now you're writing for the administration that's got the whole country on fire? Girl, bye. This ain't empowerment, this is sellout city." He didn't stop there, Jason went savage, dragging up everything. Her alleged obsession that's got the LGBTQ+ community raging, her past beefs that make this look tame, even hinting that her MAGA move is just a desperate cover for deeper, darker motives. "We saw you a long time ago," he snarls, "but now the mask is off, loud and proud for Trump and the Republicans." The barbs deserve a queen who fights for them, not kisses the ring. The internet? Absolute chaos. Hashtag Jason torches Nicki is trending harder than a Super Bowl halftime show, with memes of Nicki in a MAGA hat getting roasted, fans divided into war camps, loyalists firing back with, "Jason's just jealous," while others type, "Finally someone said it," in all caps. Whispers are flying that Nicki's lawyers are circling, a scorched earth response track is allegedly in the works, and insiders swear this feud is about to go nuclear, dragging in everyone from Don Lemon to Joy Reid. Is Nicki's Trump alliance a genius power play, or the ultimate career suicide? Is Jason Lee the hero calling out hypocrisy, or just another clout chaser with an axe to grind? Buckle up, because this savage showdown is just getting started. Betrayals, explosive clapbacks, family shade, and twists that will leave the entire industry shook. You do not want to miss what happens next. The tea is scalding, and we're spilling every drop. The drama didn't stop with Jason Lee's explosive opening rant on his podcast, it only got hotter from there. Fans were already losing their minds scrolling through the comments section, but Jason wasn't done. He leaned even closer to the mic, his voice dropping to that low, dangerous tone that makes everyone hold their breath. "Let me tell you something about Nicki Minaj and this whole MAGA flip," he said, pausing for effect like he was about to drop the biggest bomb. "We've seen her play the victim card for years, crying about bullying, about being misunderstood, but now she's out here holding hands with Donald Trump at the White House, calling herself his #1 fan, flashing that Trump gold card like it's a Grammy. Girl, please. This isn't about religious freedom or standing up to bullies, this is about protecting your own interests, and we all know what those are." He went straight for the jugular, bringing up the whispers that have followed Nicki for years, her family drama, the allegations swirling around her brother, the immigration questions that never quite went away. "You think we forgot?" Jason fired off. "You think the barbs are blind? You're out here cozying up to an administration that's all about borders and deportation, yet insiders are saying this is your shield. Your brother's situation, your own past entry into the country, suddenly trumps your savior? That's not empowerment, that's convenience. And the LGBTQ community? They've been ride or die for you, Nicki, and you're throwing slurs like it's nothing. Calling Don Lemon out his name, obsessing over D*** in every rant, it's embarrassing, it's tired, and it's showing your true colors louder than any track you've dropped." The studio lights seemed to dim as Jason kept going, his energy building like a storm. He pulled up clips on his screen, Nicki at the Trump accounts summit, her long nails grazing the president's hand, her smiling like she'd won the lottery. "Look at this," he said, zooming in. "She's grinning ear to ear while the country's on fire. Minnesota protests, civil rights rolling back, and she's up there promoting Trump accounts for babies like it's cute." But let's be real, this pivot started months ago. She was at Turning Point USA, praising J.D. Vance, talking about how Trump got bullied during the campaign. Bullied? The man who calls everyone names. Nicki, you built your career on clapping back, not kissing rings. Fans watching live were typing furiously. Some barbs were in denial, flooding the chat with pink hearts and "Protect the Queen" memes, but others were turning. One superfan tweeted, "I've been Barb since Pink Friday, but this MAGA stuff? I'm out. Jason's right, we deserve better." Another posted a tearful video. "Nicki was my idol for standing up to men in the industry, but now she's standing with the ultimate one? My heart is broken." The division was real, families arguing at dinner tables, group chats exploding. Even Nicki's inner circle felt the heat. Sources close to her team said meetings were tense, with managers begging her to dial it back before album sales tanked. But Jason wasn't letting up. He shifted to the personal stakes. "This isn't just politics for Nicki," he explained. "This is survival mode. After the Super Bowl snub, after the Grammy shade, after every headline calling her washed, she needed a new lane. And what better than becoming MAGA's it girl? Trump loves her, calls her beautiful, obsesses over her nails at Black History Month events. It's giving validation she hasn't gotten from hip-hop in years. But at what cost? Her legacy? Her fans? The same barbs who defended her through every beef, every cancellation, now they're questioning if she ever really fought for them or just for herself." He played audio from Nicki's own words, "I am probably the president's #1 fan, and that's not going to change." Jason laughed bitterly. "#1 fan? Of the man who bragged about grabbing women? The one whose policies hurt the very communities you claim to representative? Nicki, you've got daughters, you've got nieces, think about what you're aligning with. This isn't cute rebellion, this is dangerous." Emotions ran high as he recounted how Nicki once rapped about empowerment, about never bowing down, yet here she was, seemingly bowing to power. The twist came when Jason revealed he'd spoken to Don Lemon just days before, the same Don Lemon Nicki had dragged with homophobic slurs. "Don and I were talking about this alliance," Jason said. "And now? Things are escalating. Nicki's not just supporting Trump, she's attacking anyone who questions it. Joy Reid called her out, said she's deportable for kissing up to protect her family." Nicki fired back hard. This feud is pulling in everyone, media, politicians, even other celebs staying silent because they're scared of the backlash. As the podcast rolled on, Jason addressed the barbs directly. "To the fans still ride or die, I get it. Loyalty is everything in this game. But ask yourselves, is blind loyalty worth ignoring hypocrisy? Nicki's always said she's for the girls, for the underdogs. But MAGA isn't that. It's the top dogs protecting their own. And if she's choosing that side, what does that say about where she stands with you?" The comments section was a war zone. Pro-Nicki accounts posted edits of her with Trump crowns, captioning, "Queen knows best." Anti-ones shared old clips of her progressive moments juxtaposed with recent MAGA rants. One viral thread broke down her citizenship boasts. She got that Trump gold card for free? While preaching about hard work? Make it make sense. Family drama spilled over too. Nicki's mom stayed quiet, but relatives reportedly urged her to rethink before losing everything she'd built. Jason wrapped the segment with a warning. "This isn't over. Nicki's prepping something big, maybe a response track, maybe an interview. But mark my words, if she comes for me or anyone calling this out, it'll be the clash of the century. Because I'm not backing down. The truth hurts, but silence hurts more." The episode ended on that cliffhanger, leaving viewers desperate for part 2 of the meltdown. The internet was divided, emotions raw, and the stakes higher than ever. Nicki's throne was shaking, and Jason Lee had just lit the fuse. The fallout from Jason Lee's savage opening segment hit like a tidal wave crashing over the entire entertainment industry overnight. By morning, clips of his rant were everywhere, TikTok stitches, Instagram reels, Twitter threads dissecting every word he said. Barbs were in full defense mode, flooding Jason's mentions with pink emojis mixed with middle fingers, screaming, "You don't know her like we do." But the cracks were showing. Longtime fans who'd stuck through every cancellation, every lawsuit rumor, every public meltdown were starting to whisper doubts in private group chats. One viral post read, "I defended Nicki when everyone called her problematic, but aligning with Trump. That's not just problematic, that's a whole different level." The comments under it exploded, some calling the poster a fake fan, others agreeing with tears emojis and broken heart gifs. Jason, sensing the momentum, didn't wait for the dust to settle. He dropped a follow-up episode the very next day, titled, "Nicki Minaj, The MAGA Era, Why the Barbs Are Waking Up." He opened with zero chill. "Y'all thought I was done? Nah, this is round 2, and I'm coming with receipts." He pulled up screenshots, old tweets, interview clips, a timeline of Nicki's political evolution that painted a picture of calculated opportunism. Remember when she was anti-establishment? Rapping about systemic issues, calling out fake feminists? Fast forward to now, she's at Mar-a-Lago, posting pictures with the man who said Mexico sends rapists, the same man whose bass chants, "Build the wall," and she's smiling like it's family reunion day. He zeroed in on the family angle, knowing it would hit hardest. Nicki's always talked about protecting her loved ones. Her mom, her son, her circle. But let's talk about her brother, the allegations that never fully went away, the immigration shadows that loom over her story. Suddenly she's Trump's biggest cheerleader? The guy whose policies deport people in droves? Insiders are saying this isn't coincidence. It's strategy. Get in good with the administration, get protection, get favors. But at what price? Her soul? Her authenticity? The Barbs who marched for Black lives, who supported her through every storm, they're feeling sold out. The emotional gut punch came when Jason read fan letters aloud. One from a young queer Barb. "Nicki was the first artist who made me feel seen. She said she was for the girls, for the misfits. But now she's using slurs, attacking gay men like Don Lemon, obsessing over masculinity in every rant. It hurts. It feels like betrayal from the one person who was supposed to have our backs." Jason's voice cracked just a little, rare for him, as he responded. "That's real pain, y'all. That's not stand drama. That's people who invested their hearts in an artist, only to watch her pivot to a side that demonizes them. Nicki, if you're listening, and we know you are, address this. Don't just drop a subtweet or a cryptic IG story. Speak to your fans who feel abandoned." Twist number 1 landed like a bomb. Jason revealed he'd received anonymous DMs from someone claiming to be in Nicki's camp. They said the MAGA move wasn't her idea at first. It started as PR damage control after the Super Bowl backlash, after losing endorsement deals. Someone in her team suggested leaning into conservative spaces for new money, new fans. But it snowballed. Now she's in too deep, Trump's calling her personally, sending gifts, hyping her up. She's addicted to the attention. And the team? They're terrified if she backs out now, the MAGA crowd will turn on her worse than the Barbs ever did. The internet went nuclear. Hashtag Barbs divided trended alongside hashtag NickiMaga. Memes flooded timelines. Nicki photoshopped in a red hat, captioned, "From Pink Friday to Red Wave." Another showed her old empowerment lyrics crossed out with, "Make America Great Again." But the loyalists fought back hard. Nicki's official fan page posted a lengthy statement, "The Queen is allowed to have her own opinions. Politics doesn't define her artistry. Stop the hate, she's human." It backfired spectacularly. Replies were savage. Human? Sure, but humans can be hypocrites too. Jason kept pouring gas on the fire. He brought on a surprise guest, a former industry insider who'd worked with Nicki years ago. The voice was distorted for protection, but the words cut deep. "I was there when she built the Barbs. It was about strength, about never letting men dictate your worth. Now, she's letting one man dictate her entire public image. It's sad. It's like watching your sister join the enemy camp because they promised her a crown." The caller claimed Nicki had private meltdowns over the backlash but refused to reverse course. She thinks this is her power move. But power built on sand crumbles fast. As the episode built, Jason addressed the personal beef. "Some say I'm jealous, that I want clout. Let me be clear, I don't need Nicki to stay relevant. But I do care about truth. And the truth is, this alliance is hurting people. Young fans are confused. Black women who looked up to her are questioning everything. Even her own family. Sources say her mom is heartbroken, begging her to step back from the spotlight before it consumes her." He played a clip of Nicki from years ago, "I'll never sell out for anybody." Jason sighed. Words are cheap when actions scream the opposite. The stakes escalated when rumors surfaced that Nicki was planning a live Instagram session to clap back. Insiders whispered she was furious, calling Jason irrelevant in group chats, vowing to expose his own past drama. One leak claimed she was writing lyrics targeting gossip podcasters, with lines about fake tea spillers getting burned. Fans speculated wildly, would she name Jason directly? Would she double down on MAGA harder? Or would she pull a curveball and apologize? The anticipation was electric. Jason closed the segment on a chilling note. "This isn't just about Nicki anymore. This is about what happens when icons choose sides in a divided world. The Barbs are splintering. Friendships are ending over this. Families are arguing. And Nicki? She's either about to rise as the ultimate controversial queen, or fall harder than anyone expects." Next time, we're diving into the response, because it's coming. And when it does, nothing will be the same. The screen faded to black, comments erupting in real time, viewers hitting refresh obsessively. The war was far from over, it was just heating up to unbearable levels. The tension had reached boiling point by the time Nicki Minaj finally broke her silence, and when she did it was not with grace or subtlety, it was a full-on war cry that sent shockwaves through every corner of social media. 3 days after Jason Lee's second episode dropped, she went live on Instagram from what looked like her lavish home studio, pink lights, glowing Barb's posters in the background, but her face told a different story, eyes narrowed, lips pursed, fury radiating off her like heat from a stage light. Millions tuned in within minutes, the viewer count climbing so fast it crashed the app twice before stabilizing. She didn't waste time on pleasantries, she launched straight into the attack, voice sharp as a blade. "Let me make one thing crystal clear," she began, pacing slowly, camera following her every move. "I don't owe nobody an explanation for who I support, who I vote for, or who I rock with politically. Period. I've been bullied, dragged, lied on for over a decade, and the second I decide to speak my truth, y'all wanna act shocked? Please. Jason Lee, you sat on that podcast acting like you're the moral police, but where were you when they were coming for my kids, my family, my peace? Nowhere. Ghost. Irrelevant." The chat exploded, hearts, fire emojis, prayers up, hands all clashing in real time. She kept going, doubling down harder than anyone expected. "This MAGA thing? It's not about selling out, it's about protecting what's mine. They've tried to deport people I love, they've tried to ruin my name, they've tried everything. And when someone steps up and says enough, I'm gonna stand with that. Donald Trump saw me as a queen from day one, called me beautiful, respected my hustle. Y'all mad because he doesn't fit your little narrative? Cry about it." She pulled up her phone, scrolling to show screenshots, Trump posts praising her own reposts with captions like, "Real recognize real," and "America first baby." Then came the personal shots at Jason. "And you, Mr. T. Spiller, you love talking about my brother, my past, my citizenship? Let's talk about yours. Everybody got skeletons, baby, don't come for me unless your closet is empty. I know things. I stay knowing things. Keep playing and watch how fast the narrative flips on you." Barb's in the comments went wild. "Yas queen, tell him. He's shook." But the doubters were louder than ever. "This is sad. You're losing us. Defend the LGBTQ community, not attack it." Nicki saw the hate and addressed it head on. "To the ones saying I'm homophobic because I called out Don Lemon girl, bye. Words are words, actions are actions. I've had gay men in my life, my team, my family circle forever. But when they come for me viciously, I'm a clap back. Don't get it twisted." The live stretched over an hour, turning into a masterclass in deflection and defiance. She teased new music, saying the next album would address all the fake woke people, and the ones who switched up when I chose me. She even hinted at a direct response to Jason, maybe a song, maybe a video series, something that'll make him regret ever opening his mouth about me. Fans dissected every word, theories flying. Was the response going to be a full diss track? Was she planning to expose Jason's dirt? The energy was chaotic, electric, dangerous. But the real twist hit midway through when she brought up her son. Voice softening for the first time, she said, "My baby is watching all this. He's seeing his mama get attacked for having an opinion. And I refuse to let him grow up thinking women have to stay quiet to be liked. So yeah, I'm loud, I'm proud, and I'm not apologizing." Tears glistened, but she blinked them back, chin high. It was the most vulnerable she'd been in years, and for a split second the chat quieted, some Barbs typing, "We love you, mama," others still raging, "But why Trump though?" Jason reacted almost immediately, posting a clip from the live on his story with the caption, "She said she knows things. Okay sis, drop the location, I'm waiting." His followers ate it up, memes of Nicki as a detective captioned, "Knowing things since never." But behind the scenes sources said Jason was rattled, he'd expected pushback but not this level of personal threat. His team reportedly urged him to lawyer up just in case she really had receipts. The industry felt the aftershocks fast. Other celebs who usually stayed neutral started picking sides quietly. Cardi B liked a few anti-MAGA posts but didn't comment directly, classic Cardi shade. Megan Thee Stallion reposted a fan edit of Nicki in a Trump hat with laughing emojis. Even Ice Spice, who once called Nicki her idol, stayed silent, which fans read as disappointment. The Barb's Nation fractured deeper, loyalists creating private discords titled, "Ride or Die Forever," while defectors made new pages, ex-Barbs United, sharing stories of heartbreak and betrayal. Family drama bubbled to the surface too. Nicki's mom, who rarely speaks publicly, was spotted at church looking stressed, friends saying she prayed daily for her daughter to find peace away from all this noise. Her husband Kenneth Petty reportedly told close friends he supported her no matter what, but worried the political heat was bringing unwanted attention to their home, their son. Whispers circulated that family meetings were tense arguments over whether the MAGA alignment was worth the lost endorsements, the cancelled collabs, the shrinking brand deals. Jason's next move came swift. He announced a special live reaction to Nicki's IG live promising, "No filter, no mercy." Fans braced for war. The dates circled in red on calendars everywhere. He teased, "She said she knows things? Cool, I know things too. And unlike her, I'm not afraid to put receipts on the table." Speculation ran rampant. Did he have proof of her citizenship issues? Old emails? Something from her early career? Or was it bluff? As the days ticked down leading to his live, the internet became a battlefield daily. Hashtags like hashtag #NickIVS and hashtag #BarbsWakeUp trended nonstop. Edits flooded TikTok. Nicki vs. Jason face-offs set to dramatic music. Podcasts dissected every angle, analysts predicting career damage on both sides. One viral thread broke down sales numbers, Nicki's streams dipping slightly but her merch still moving, while Jason's podcast downloads skyrocketed. Money was talking louder than loyalty. The emotional toll showed on fans too. Young Barbs posted videos crying, explaining how Nicki inspired them to be bold, now feeling lost. Others doubled down harder, buying pink everything, posting, "Queen over everything." Friendships ended over debates, family dinners turned into shouting matches. One mom tweeted, "My daughter and I haven't spoken in days because of this Nicki MAGA mess. It's tearing us apart." The personal stakes couldn't get higher. Jason signed off his pre-live teaser with a direct message to Nicki, "You lit the match, baby. Now watch it burn. See you soon." The screen went dark, leaving everyone hanging on the edge, hearts racing, pulses pounding. Whatever came next promised to be explosive, unforgiving, unforgettable. The Queen and the Gossip King were locked in, and neither was backing down. The live reaction episode Jason Lee had been hyping dropped like a grenade at exactly 8 p.m. Est, and the numbers shattered every record his channel had ever seen. Over 2 million viewers in the first 10 minutes, chat moving so fast it was basically a blur of pink, red and black flames. Jason appeared on screen in a black hoodie, no smile, just straight intensity, eyes locked on camera like he was staring Nicki down personally. "She wanted smoke? She got it," he said, voice low and steady. "Tonight we go line by line through that IG live, because apparently the Queen thinks she can threaten me, talk about knowing things and walk away clean. Nah baby, not on my watch." He started with the receipts, pulling up side-by-side comparisons, screenshots, timestamps, everything. First up, the citizenship and immigration angle. "She keeps saying they've tried to deport people she loves," he read aloud. "But let's be clear, Nicki entered the United States on a tourist visa, overstayed, got into some legal trouble years back, and eventually adjusted her status. Public record, not speculation. So when she's out here riding for an administration famous for ICE raids, family separations and mass deportations, how does that math work? You can't claim victimhood from the very system you're now championing. It's giving pick-me energy on steroids." He didn't stop there. He addressed the brother allegations head-on, playing muted clips from old court docs, blurred names but dates and charges visible enough for context. "I'm not here to rehash trauma," Jason said, tone shifting slightly more serious, "but when you weaponize your family's pain to justify political alliances that hurt other families, you open the door for questions. Nicki, you've made your personal life public for clout for years now. Don't act shocked when people connect the dots." The chat was absolute pandemonium, Barbs spamming, "Blocked, irrelevant, you're cancelled," while others typed, "Keep going, facts only." Jason leaned in closer, and to the Barbs, saying, "I'm obsessed girl, I'm responding to direct threats. She said she knows things about me. Cool, here's your invitation, Nicki, drop whatever you got. Emails? Old drama? Make it public. Because unlike you, I don't hide behind vague threats, I put everything on Front Street." Then came the biggest twist of the night. Jason revealed he'd been contacted by not one but 3 former associates of Nicki's team, people who'd worked on her camp years ago. He played audio clips, voices heavily distorted but stories crystal clear. The first one, a former stylist. She changed after the 2020 election. Started watching Fox more, talking about how the left was fake caring about black people. It wasn't overnight, but it built. By the time Trump came back around, she was already leaning in hard. The second, ex-publicist. The MAGA pivot was pitched as brand diversification, new demographic, new bag. But it backfired fast. Sponsors pulled back quietly, collabs dried up. She's doubling down now because backing out would make her look weak. The third caller hit hardest, claiming to be a distant family friend. Her mom is devastated. Prays every night for her to come back from this. The son asks why people are mad at mommy online. Kenneth tries to keep peace, but even he's stressed about the security, the trolls, the real-world fallout. This isn't just Twitter beef anymore, it's affecting their home, their child, their sanity. Jason let that sink in, letting silence hang for a beat before continuing. This is the part that hurts the most. Nicki, you're a mother. You know what it's like to fight for your baby. But by aligning so publicly, so aggressively with a side that many see as anti-woman, anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, you're putting your own child in the crossfire of hate from both sides. Loyal Barbs feel betrayed. MAGA fans might cheer today, but tomorrow if you step out of line they'll eat you too. You're playing a dangerous game, queen in the house always wins. He shifted to the LGBTQ fallout, reading direct messages from fans who'd been hurt. One read, "I came out because of Nicki. Her music made me brave. Now she uses the F slur, casually attacks gay journalists and wonders why we're hurt. I can't support that anymore." Jason's voice softened, "Y'all, this is real. This isn't cancel culture, this is conscience. People are grieving an idol they thought had their back." The energy ramped up again when he addressed Nicki's tease of a response track. "If you're dropping music about me, cool. Name the song. Drop the date. I'll react live. But know this, if it's weak, if it's just more deflection, more victim playing, the Barbs will see through it. They've already started. Streams are dipping, merch is sitting longer than usual. The numbers don't lie even if the queen tries to." He played fan reactions side by side, some crying in confessionals, others burning old Nicki merch in symbolic videos. "Families divided, friendships ended over this," he said. "One Barb told me her and her best friend since middle school aren't speaking because one stayed loyal, one walked away. That's heavy. That's the real cost." As the live neared its end, Jason dropped the final bomb. He claimed to have obtained leaked messages from Nicki's private group chat, screenshots blurred but context damning. In them she allegedly called Jason a broke clout chaser, said his podcast was dying without her name in his mouth, and vowed to end his career with one move. "End my career?" Jason laughed darkly. "Sweetie, I've been ending careers since before you went MAGA. Try me." He rapped with a direct call out. "Nicki, this is your moment. Clap back with substance, not shade. Address the hypocrisy, the hurt, the division you've caused. Or keep hiding behind threats and cryptic posts. Either way, the world is watching and the Barbs are choosing sides right now. Some will stay forever. Others are already gone. And once they're gone, they don't come back." The screen faded to his signature outro music, but the chat kept raging for another hour straight. Viewers hit replay, dissecting every second, every screenshot, every tone shift. The feud had evolved from gossip to cultural earthquake, shaking foundations of fandom, loyalty, celebrity politics, and personal identity. Insiders whispered Nicki was in crisis mode, team scrambling to control damage, but pride keeping her from backing down. Jason's numbers exploded, new sponsors knocking, merch flying off shelves. Both sides claimed victory, but the truth was clearer than ever: nobody was winning clean. The next morning, headlines screamed, "Nicki vs. Jason live, war escalates, Barbs Nation on the brink. Is this the end of an era?" The story refused to die, feeding off every new post, every like, every unfollow. Whatever came next, whether diss track, lawsuit, silence, or surrender, promised to be seismic. The fuse was lit, the explosion ongoing, and the entire industry holding its breath for the fallout. The dust from Jason Lee's explosive live reaction had barely settled when the entire saga took its most unpredictable turn, yet one that left even the most die-hard watchers speechless. Nicki Minaj didn't drop a diss track, she didn't go on another rant, she did something far more calculated and chilling. She went completely radio silent. No posts, no stories, no cryptic lyrics snippets, nothing. Her Instagram feed froze on that last live clip, her Twitter stayed dark, her YouTube untouched. For a queen known for never letting a beef breathe without a response, the quiet was deafening, louder than any scream. Insiders scrambled to explain it, some saying she was in damage control mode, meeting with PR teams, lawyers, even spiritual advisors, trying to map an exit strategy that wouldn't make her look like she was folding. Others whispered she was genuinely hurt, the betrayal from fans she'd carried for years cutting deeper than Jason's words ever could. "She's sitting in her house crying to her mom," one source claimed, questioning if the political stand was worth losing. The Barbs, the love, the legacy. Family drama reached fever pitch, Kenneth reportedly pushing for her to step back, focus on their son, on private life, while her mom prayed openly for the Lord to soften her heart and show her the right path. Meanwhile, Jason rode the wave like a pro, his podcast episodes now pulling celebrity-level numbers, sponsors lining up for shoutouts, merch drops selling out in hours. He kept the pressure on with shorter daily updates, teasing, "The silence speaks volumes," and, "When the queen has nothing left to say, the game is over." But even he admitted in one unfiltered moment off mic to a guest, "This got bigger than I expected. It's not just tea anymore, it's tearing people apart." Fans noticed the shift too, the once unbreakable Barb's nation splintering into factions, loyalists clinging to "she'll come back stronger," defectors openly mourning "the Nicki we loved is gone," and a growing middle ground quietly unfollowing, unsubscribing, moving on without fanfare. The cultural ripple effects spread far beyond Twitter and Instagram. Talk shows dissected it endlessly, Joy Reid doubling down on her earlier comments, calling the MAGA alignment a tragic cell phone, while Fox hosts celebrated Nicki as the voice conservatives needed in hip-hop. Other rappers stayed mostly quiet, but subtle likes and reposts told stories. Cardi B sharing anti-Trump memes, Megan Thee Stallion posting empowerment anthems without tagging Nicki, Ice Spice dropping a vague "choose peace" story that fans read as shade. Even Don Lemon weighed in on his own platform, saying, "This isn't about politics, it's about consistency. If you're for the girls, be for all the girls, not just the ones who vote red." Months passed in this eerie limbo. Nicki's album rollout delayed indefinitely, tour plans shelved, brand partnerships quietly dissolved. Sales data painted a grim picture, streams down double digits, merch stagnant, concert ticket resales tanking. The Barbs, who remained loyal, bought what they could, posted throwback edits captioned, "Forever Queen," but the energy felt forced, hollow. Ex-fans created support groups online, sharing coping playlists, therapy threads, stories of how losing Nicki felt like losing a big sister, a role model, a piece of their identity. Then the final twist nobody saw coming dropped without warning. Nicki broke her silence, not with fire, not with vengeance, but with a single Instagram post, a black and white photo of her holding her son, close caption reading simply, "Family over everything. Love always wins. Thank you to everyone who stayed, and to those who left, I understand. God bless." No explanation, no apology, no mention of Trump, MAGA, or Jason. Just raw, stripped-down vulnerability. The comments section became a graveyard and a cathedral at once, tears, prayers, pink hearts, red flags, all mixed in chaotic harmony. Jason responded hours later with his own post, a screenshot of the photo captioned, "Sometimes the loudest statement is the quiet one." Respect. No gloating, no victory lap, just acknowledgement that the war had claimed casualties on both sides. The internet exhaled collectively, the feud that had burned so bright finally flickering toward something resembling closure, or at least truce. But questions lingered unresolved. Would Nicki ever fully address the hurt she'd caused? Would the Barbs heal or stay fractured forever? Could she rebuild her empire without the political baggage, or was this the beginning of a quieter, less explosive chapter? And Jason, would he keep the crown as the king of calling out hypocrisy, or fade back into the gossip shadows once the drama cooled? The story didn't end with fireworks, it ended with silence, reflection, and the heavy weight of choices made in the heat of the moment. The entire saga proved one brutal truth: in 2026, celebrity isn't just about music, fame, or talent anymore, it's about what side you stand on when the world is screaming for you to pick one. And when icons choose, the fallout isn't just headlines, it's hearts broken, friendships shattered, families divided, legacies forever altered. Alright fam, that's the full savage breakdown of Jason Lee torching Nicki Minaj's MAGA move, from the first spark to the final ember. If this roller coaster had you glued to your screen, heart racing, yelling at your phone, then smash that like button right now, it helps more than you know. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss when the next tea gets spilled, because trust me, the game's always heating up. Drop your take in the comments below. Team Jason, Team Nicki, or Team neither? Do you think she'll bounce back stronger, or is this the end of an era? Be honest, no judgment here, just real talk. I'll be reading every single one and replying to as many as I can. Thank you for riding this wild ride with me. Until next time, stay messy, stay informed, and remember, in this industry the truth always comes with receipts. Peace.